Hey there, Jessica here. I really appreciate you speaking with me earlier and accepting this free video. I am super excited that you did because today I'm going to walk you through 3 strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact in your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies to over 50 other restoration companies, and it's made a huge difference in their businesses. Now, it appears that you're servicing this, the San Francisco Bay Area, and that's a pretty large service area. And that area gets thousands of monthly searches every month for the services you're offering. Yet you have 0 organic traffic coming to your website. And that's traffic that is actively searching for your services and landing on your page versus already knowing who you are and typing your website in the address bar, okay? So you're missing out on at least 80% of the available jobs and people searching every single month by just not having these strategies in place. Okay, so Google has made a ton of changes over the last 18 months, and then again, even in the last 60 to 90 days. There's been a ton of Google algorithm changes, what Google's looking for when they're ranking websites, and what used to work 2 years ago doesn't work today, okay? And so right now, when it comes to ranking on Google, your content is key, okay? Now, content has always been critical, but now the type of content matters, okay? And so your website does need to be mobile friendly. You do need to have click to calls, making it easy for mobile users. Having really good, easy to use navigation is important. Okay, all those things are important, but your content and keyword strategy are critical here. Okay, so Google does want you to have a separate page for all your major services, which it looks like you have. But this is a little bit confusing, okay? Because everything is commercial, commercial, commercial. Can't tell if you're doing commercial and residential, but as I read the content on your website, it's more focused on residential. So it is very confusing for me, so it's going to be confusing for Google bots, okay? Whether you do both residential and commercial, if your focus is truly commercial, it's just very confusing. So definitely need to clear that part up. Now, when it comes to the content, okay, we can no longer just do generic, flat content. It can't just be about who you are and what you do, okay? It needs to actually answer common questions people have about each of the services. It should be really good quality, conversational, answering questions of really important topics, okay? Your homepage should be, your homepage should discuss most of your services that you're offering, okay? Because it's the most important page and it ties all of these pages together. Homepage also needs at least 1,500 words of content or more. If your competitors have 1,500 words, you need more than they have, okay? So your homepage really only has this who is allied, okay? And then there's really nothing else here. So there's really nothing substantial on this homepage to let Google know who you are and how all these pages work together, okay? Now, with that content, we also need focused local keywords, okay? Because 90% of people who are searching for your business and services don't know who you are yet, so they're not going to be looking up Allied. They're going to be searching specific services in their area. So that's going to be San Francisco water damage San Francisco, water damage restoration San Francisco, water damage repair San Francisco, Petaluma water damage cleanup, okay? So whatever city you're basing it out of, your homepage and all these service pages have to be based out of that city. And then because you are servicing multiple other communities, you need service area pages for those communities. Google is proximity based, so you need those service area pages so people in each of those areas, when they're searching, can actually have your business show up. Okay. Without that, it's really, really hard to be visible in those areas, because you're in a highly competitive market and a huge city or service area. Okay, so if you didn't have any competitors, it would be a different story. But restoration, there's tons of restoration companies. So if you want to stand out and you want your business to show up, you have to have those pages. These service pages should be a single page that breaks down everything about those services. When it comes to water intrusion, different ways water intrusion happens. What do you do when it happens? What does your team do? What type of equipment do they use? And that's going to set you up to be an expert, okay? To be trustworthy. It's going to give you the content depth that you need to focus on those local keywords, because people search differently. So you want to capitalize on that. Okay. Google has transitioned to an EEAT standard that they want to see in all their content. So EEAT stands for expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trust. Okay, so you need all those factors in your content throughout all these pages. Okay. So right now you really don't have any keyword strategy and very limited content. Google is sending crawlers to your website, which indexes or attempts to index all of your pages and images. It's scanning to understand who you guys are, what type of services, and where you offer it. So without having that content and keyword structure, Google doesn't have enough understanding to know who you are to send people to your website. Okay. Now, if we look at one of your top competitors in San Francisco for water damage, it does apparently, Swift Restoration is apparently one of them. Kind of surprised, but they are. They don't have a fabulous website, okay? They do have a separate page for each of their services. They do have the click to call. They are focusing specifically on San Francisco. Okay. They have pretty generic, this looks like ChatGPT content. Okay. But they do have a little bit more content on this page. Now their service pages are done better. The service pages does have more information, like different types of water damage. See, different types of damage, causes of damage. So it's a little bit more informational, but still pretty generic, okay? But just having the better quality content and more content on the page is allowing them to get indexed for more of those keywords and driving more people to their website. So now we know when a customer does a search like this, okay, there's three main areas that your website has good opportunity to show up in the top positions for. The first is generally going to be ads. Those are cost per click ads like these, or local service ads. Both can be extremely profitable as long as you have everything dialed in and using proper landing pages, etc. Okay, your leads will keep coming in with those as long as you're paying ad spend. You stop the ad spend, the leads go away. So now these next areas are not dependent on ad spend. Okay, this here is your Google Business Profile or Google Map Pack. Your goal should be to be in the top 3. For this search, you are, which is great. But if you find for one of your services, you're not in the top 3, you do need to further optimize this profile, because 30% of people come straight to the maps and they don't go anywhere else. And so when you're not in that top 3, you're leaving 30% of potential revenue on the table each and every month. So then you would want to go and get more citations, which is simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, website, and placing those in a bunch of directories like the Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Angie's, Home Advisor, and your social media profiles. And so you want more of those than your competition. And that does help give you a good boost into the maps. Okay. This third section here, this is your organic section. This is the most critical section because 60 to 70% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So when your website doesn't show up here, you're again losing an additional 60 to 70% of your potential customers each and every month. Okay. The higher you rank in the organic section, the more of that traffic you get. So even when you land on the home page, the organic section here, you do want to keep working on it to get to the top, so you can capture the most traffic. Now, in order for your website to show up here, though, it does come back to the foundation of this website. Do you have it properly built out with the right content and keyword strategy? And then are you supporting that with a backlink SEO strategy? So if we come here, this is Ahrefs, the paid tool we use to show how a website performs, okay? Looks like you don't have any type of meta titles and descriptions going on. You have a rating of a 0.6 out of 100 in Google's trust flow. So Google doesn't trust your website. And that's mostly because of the power you're sending to your website. Your website is a really powerful tool. But just like most tools, it requires power. So we power websites with backlinks, okay, which are simply just a link coming from somebody else's website, linking back to you. And then what it does is it shares the power from the other site to your site to push power to your website, okay? So we do need a lot of these backlinks, but they're not all created equal. We only want good quality links that are do follows and closely related to the services you offer. So you're going to want more of those. As you get more of those good quality links, it's going to increase this score. Google's going to trust your website more. It's going to help promote your website, help you rank those keywords, okay? But right now you've been indexed for 4 keywords. And you get 0 people landing on your website. Whereas if we look at Swift, they have a rating of a 2.2. Looks like it's not fetching for some reason. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, had to wait for it to refresh. Okay, so they have over 180 backlinks and a low score of a 2.2. So that tells us most of these are spam. So while we do need more links than our competition, we don't need to go get more of the spammy links. We just need to go after their good quality links and do better, okay? But they do have more pages. They've been indexed for, well, actually, I don't know that they have more pages, but they do have more content, and more keyword strategies. So they've been indexed for 75, and they're getting at least 235 people to their website each month. And if we look at the keywords, there's 10 spots per page on Google. So we can see that they're ranking for quite a few keywords, and we can see there's a ton of volume here, okay? This is just San Francisco alone. Okay. This is at least 1,500 searches every single month. And it looks like it's mostly water damage, water and mold. Just for that handful of keywords. So there's a ton of potential customers you're missing out on here by just not having these strategies in place. But this competitor is definitely beatable if you apply those strategies. So hopefully you found this information to be helpful. Please feel free to take it, run with it, apply it yourself, and help more people in your community. But if you'd rather focus on what you guys do best and have a partner in growth, at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out with any questions you may have, reply to my email, or give us a call, and we will be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.